Chat, 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 chat. Chitty, chitty, chat, chat. What's going on, chat? What's happening? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? I'm okay. I hope I'm coming through okay. Hope it's coming through all right. Oh, sorry it's been a little light on content here lately. Both streams and videos. I know this month I've been dropping the ball. Dropping the ball, but I have good reason. I have good reasons. Stupid seasonal funk. I hate it. I hate it. Vince knows. Vince Genix. I'm not handling the seasonal funk that well, but I appreciate the sentiment there, Vince. That being said, I am trying to find ways to curb it. Curb it. Kirby. Anyway, yeah, I went out for a walk earlier. I was like, I need to get outside, I need to get moving, maybe that'll help clear my head a little bit. It did a little bit, but I don't know, I just can't get my energy up. I feel constantly exhausted all the time. But I did buy a thing the other day that I'm still waiting on to come in the mail. I forget the exact name of it. It's basically like a happy light or something like that. Supposedly it kind of tricks your brain into thinking you're getting, you know, sunlight and that it's summertime. So that's what I need. Because I get into a seasonal rut and it sucks. It really blows. But anyway, okay. So, yeah, let's talk about Kirby. Because this... that's what you guys are here for. Not to listen to me bitch about stupid mental bullshit. Snapsling P-Vine, hey. I'm gonna S-Car-goon to this direct tomorrow. Man, you're gonna have an hour of S-Car-gooning. I think, right? It's like an hour long. I think. An hour long Kirby Air Ride Direct. It's even longer than the first one. I'm just like, what could they possibly talk about? What else is there to talk about this game? They did a whole hour long thing for the first direct. I don't know. Gotta get that vitamin D to go with your vitamin K. Yeah, I've been taking some vitamin D supplements. I think it's helping a little. Not like a ton, but, you know, it's something. But I'm trying to do what I can to pull myself out of this funk, because I want to get back to making videos. But, it's just a struggle right now. Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Snapsling P-Vine, and Taste the Painbow. Hell yeah, dude. $10 super chat. Thank you, man. I hope we see the legendary machines and checklist tomorrow. Yeah, you know, honestly, I've got a good feeling. I've got a good feeling they've probably got some new legendary machines to ride around on in this game. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully we will get to see at least one of them tomorrow. I don't know. Al, the mic sounds a bit funky. Uh-oh. Does it sound funky to anybody else? It's, I'm starting to think that this microphone I'm using might be on its way out. I don't know. It might be time to, invest in a new one. Metro the Kirby says yes. Is that yes, it sounds weird? Is it weird in, like, an unbearable kind of way? Or is it a weird, in a tolerable kind of way? To Porkster! $9 super chat. Hey Al, here's some money to help out your videos. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support on the stream here. Again, I really wish I could be streaming more often, doing more this month. I want to. I had so many ideas to lead into Halloween this year that I think would have been fun. But, stupid brain funk, there's a name for it. I think it's called, like, seasonal affective disorder or something like that. It happens every year. This exact time of year, I get into a funk. But this year, I'm taking some steps to try to combat it a little better. Now that I knew to anticipate it. Sorry I keep getting back on that. Again, I know it's not fun to talk about, but, or probably not what you guys are here to listen to. But I think it's fair to, maybe not fair, but, I don't know, I think it can be good to talk about these things sometimes. You know, I know there's people out there who can probably relate, so just know that you're not alone. Are you voicing a character in Bubsy 4D? Not yet. That would be cool. That would be really cool if they're looking for somebody to make some grunts and noises. I burp a lot, so if they need some burp sound effects, I got them covered. But now I'm not voicing anybody in Bubsy 4D. But you guys might remember you were here last month, or if you were here for, I think it was maybe my last stream during the Pac-Man thing. I mentioned about a video I was excited to release in October, and it was my Bubsy video. I got hooked up with that demo code for Bubsy 4D early, and oh man, that game is fun. I'm really excited for it. Hit them up, please. Voice an old guy. I have been chatting back and forth a little bit with Fabraz himself, or Fabraz maybe. I don't know how it's pronounced, how his name's pronounced. So I don't know. I don't want to like cold open with that to him though. Like, hey, if you need any voices, hit me up, man. Put me in your game. I don't want to be weird about it, you know. Considering how content-rich Smash games are, and this game was in development for 3 years, I think people are going to be surprised with this Direct. Thank you, Gnarly Knave, for the super chat. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I hope so. I'm... Here, give me 1 second. Give me just 1 second. Let me close up my window real quick. Okay. Oh, not sure how much I was picking up for the neighbors out there, because I have my window open. Just trying to let some fresh air in, you know, ease the mind a little bit. But yeah, you know, I do hope that there's some cool stuff to show. I felt like they showed so much in the last Direct. So going into this one, I'm like, I just hope it's not another Mario Kart World situation where it feels like we already know like most of the stuff, and then they just like reiterate a lot of the same stuff again. I don't know what they could possibly talk about for even longer than the last Direct. But I don't know, Sakurai likes to pad things out a bit too, so maybe he's I don't know, maybe he really does have a lot of things to yap about tomorrow. I guess we'll see. I'm looking forward to it regardless, because I love to I like listening to Sakurai. I just like to hear what he has to say. He's so passionate about his projects, and I think that's really cool. Yeah, thanks again, Gnarly Knave, and Taste the Painbow, $2. Karl Marx, or bust. Yeah, let's get Karl Marx in there. Thanks, man. Thanks for the super chat. Can you play My Singing Monsters, a mobile game that has banger music? Probably not, but I will say this. To go along with my little seasonal funk story, I guess my stupid brain is just looking for any kind of dopamine to cling on to right now. And I found the absolute, probably like worst kind of dopamine for myself in video game form. I have been, for maybe the last like 2 or 3 weeks, totally obsessed with roguelikes. I bought Hades on sale on Steam. Hi, Scrappy. He just jumped up on my lap. Hi, buddy. I bought Hades on sale during the autumn sale a couple weeks ago, along with, what is it? What was it called? Enter the Gungeon. didn't get super into Enter the Gungeon, but I got really into Hades. And then I ended up picking up TMNT Splintered Fate, which is basically like a Hades-like game. And that one's really fun. But then the game that I've been really obsessed with is Risk of Rain 2. I've been playing the shit out of that game for the past week. It is so addictive. These games are like crack. I'm not even kidding. So I'm trying to pry myself away from them a little bit because I gotta be productive, but it's hard because I just want to, like, you know, fill my brain with the dopamine that comes from those. Anyway, Land Clipper! Hi, Land Clipper! Happy to see you. Happy to see you with your Bubsy icon. There's still time for King K. Rool to make it in. You got that right, man. Let's get some King K. Rool in my Kirby Air Ride. That's what I'm waiting for. Harrymations! Dude, $20 super chat. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate your support. Hey, Al, good to see another stream. It's great to see you again, and I can't wait for the next Direct. Sorry I didn't finish the art in time for your birthday. No worries, man. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your support. I see you and Land Clipper here a lot. I appreciate you guys. Excuse me. Hades is such a good fucking game. It definitely is. I want to pick up Hades 2, but I'm just trying to, like, enjoy the roguelikes I have on my plate right now before I go loading up on another one. Al confirms he likes crack. I like video game crack. I played Expedition 33 and it's really good. I got through the first act and then I got sucked into roguelikes, so I I need to go back to that game before I, like, totally drop it, because I do want to beat it. Al, I barely heard a sentence from you, and now it's all over the screen. Uh-oh, that's not good. Is anybody else having problems hearing me? Do I sound like I have issues? I have issues, but I need you guys to confirm if it sounds like I have issues. You want to beat Hades 1 before you start 2? Yeah, same here. I got really close the one night, or at the very least, I got close to completing a run. And then I lost. I haven't played it since. It's been like maybe a week or two. I do want to go back though. I mean, Hades is so good. It's so good. What's good, Al? Hey, what's happening, Aiden? Thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate you. Good, happy to see you here. I know it's been, like I said, I know it's been a minute since we since I've been on here streaming. Let me tell you, it took a whole lot of what am I looking for? A whole lot of a push just to get myself to get on here and do this today. But I wanted to get on here and just talk about anything. I was like, I just gotta get myself to do anything. I'm gonna get on here and talk with you guys about some games. We're gonna talk about Kirby Air Ride, because we got that Direct tomorrow. So yeah, okay, alright. Okay, everybody's saying that the mic sounds fine. Okay, so sorry for that one guy who it sounds like I'm messing up for. I don't know what the deal is with that. Another roguelike you can recommend is Scourgebringer. I'll have to look that up. That sounds interesting. You know what? I'm gonna look it up right now. Is it on Steam? Vinch, you're not supposed to feed my vices right now. This is not... This isn't something I need to be doing. Scourgebringer. There it is. Oh, God, and it's 80% off, too. Oh, no. What have you done? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Alright, I have it on my wish list now. Alright. Yeah, another one, I bought, Star of Providence, too. That was another one I bought, and also Mega Bonk. I've been bouncing back and forth the most between Mega Bonk and Risk of Rain, too. Those ones have been very, very addictive and satisfying for me, so... I also, this isn't related to roguelikes or Kirby or anything at all. But I just got a code earlier for a game that's coming out fairly soon that I think you guys would be interested in, so I might do a video on that. I'm hoping I can force myself to do it. Well, not that I want to, not that I'm forcing myself to do it. I'm sure it's a game I'll enjoy too. It's tough. It's just tough, you know, to find the motivation for anything right now. Anyway, okay, back to talking about whatever I was talking about. Al, you have to have a go at Balatro or Clover Pit. Yeah, Balatro's on my wish list too. I'm looking forward to trying that one out eventually. Not a roguelike, but I think you'd like Croc Legend of the Gobos. It's an old PS1 3D platformer and recently got remastered on Steam. Yep. I had that one on my wish list too. I just got the notification the other day that it's now available on Steam. I want to give it a shot. I do want to try it out at some point. I never played the original, so I'd like to give that one a shot. Thank you for the super chat, Land Clipper. I appreciate you. So, okay. This stream has already been just so all over the place. Let me ask you guys, do you have any kinds of predictions or thoughts about the upcoming Kirby Direct tomorrow? I mean, do you guys have any kind of... I don't want to say expectations. It's not good to go into Nintendo Directs with any sort of expectations. Because that's how you get let down. But, predictions, I guess. I think we're going to get at least a little more of a... excuse me. A little more of a peek into whatever they were teasing at the end of the last Direct. You had that character riding in, that shadowy character. Land Clipper says story mode. Yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people are thinking right now. I don't know if it'll be a story mode, or if it's just going to be like, I don't know, I guess some sort of campaign, you know, maybe similar to the likes of, a World of Light or something like that from Smash. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I do, at the very least, think that we're going to get a peek at whatever's going on with that. More amiibos! Yeah, I guess that's a really real possibility, too. Because, yeah, they did say there were going to be some more in this series, so I guess we'll see. Here, give me 1 second. Let me take a peek at something. Okay. I took a peek at it. Random shot in the dark. Escargoon from the Kirby anime will be revealed as a character. That would be really cool, honestly. You know, the neat thing, even though the characters from the anime haven't really ever crossed over into the games, except for maybe like once. I could be making that up, but I think it happened. The neat thing is that Sakurai worked on the anime, so I don't think it's like the craziest idea in the world to eventually see them work their way into Kirby games. Though you would probably think that it would have happened by now, right? But I don't know. I think it would be cool. Yeah, they made a cameo in Mass Attack. That's what I thought. Yeah, I thought it was something like that. But yeah, I mean, that would be really cool. Escargoon. I'd be here for it. Let's get it. Haramation. $10 super chat. Thank you, my friend. I want a wild DDD skin. Mecha Meta Knight and Dark Matter to return. Imagine if they revealed Nesset and Lucas as playable characters. I wouldn't be opposed to there being guest characters in this. You know, if they don't want to use Mario Kart as their crossover racing game vessel anymore. Go ahead, throw a couple in Kirby Air Ride. Why not? I'm honestly not expecting it, though. I think it's going to be pretty much purely Kirby. That's what I'm expecting. Sup, Darian Green? How's it going? How you doing? Joe Biden and Kirby. Joe Biden. I think some rep for more of the recent Kirby games would be really good. Yeah, that'd be neat. The only character that, like, I personally would still like to see that isn't in here yet. Okay, maybe there's like 2 or 3. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 actually. What's his name? The guy from Squeak Squad, the mouse, the main mouse, Da Roach. That's it. Yeah, let's get Da Roach in there. I think that'd be cool. I just liked Squeak Squad as a kid. That's all. I just it's a nostalgic attachment, like, purely, and that's it. But also the walrus guy, what's his name? Mr. Freeze. I don't think that's it. Mr. Freezy Freeze. That's what I'm gonna call him. You know who I'm talking about, though. And Bonkers. Bonkers, the monkey guy with the hammer. He needs to be in here. Mr. Frosty. I was close. I was close. Good old Mr. Frosty. He's a fun character too. Love the gentleman thief archetype. Yeah, for sure. I think that'd be neat. And, you know, it's just like another side of Kirby's history to have represented in the game, you know? It'd be cool. Now here's, King K. Rool himself in the chat just brought it up. I was just about to get to it. What do you guys think the chances are that there's gonna be some, you know, DLC packs coming shortly after launch that you have to pay for? I could see them, like, packaging a couple of characters and charging for them. Not too crazy about this side of Nintendo lately, but, you know, it's a new era. It's either like you buy it or you don't. Something tells me they want Sakurai on Smash as soon as this is out. That's why I'm thinking that, like, the DLC wouldn't be anything super substantial. Maybe just, like, a couple of characters and, like, a race course or something like that they set aside. Or that they are, you know, co-developing at the same time as the base game. I don't know. I hope that's not the case, but it wouldn't be that big of a surprise anymore, you know. It's something that we have to consider as a very real possibility with modern Nintendo, so it is what it is, you know. It's the way that most game companies are going. The character select had a hat icon, so there might be cosmetics. That's right, I do remember hearing about that. That'd be neat. That would be neat. I think there's, like, a couple of different color schemes already, so, yeah, there's, real possibility for, some cosmetic alterations, which would be pretty cool. Thanks for the super chat, Gnarly Knave. Hey, you reached the... Oh, yeah, we did reach the goal. Sweet. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. I know it's been a couple weeks. Again, been a couple weeks since I streamed, so, I really appreciate you guys coming out here with your full support tonight. I really appreciate it. It does mean a lot. Especially lately for me, it's been rough. So, I appreciate you guys. Well, you know how I am. I'm just gonna, like, throw another little goal out there. We already hit the main goal, so, you know, if you guys are willing to throw anything more, you know, it's just, was it icing on the cake? sorry, I'm like low energy tonight. And like stumbling over my words. I'm just like trying to get any kind of cognitive motion going in my head right now. I think you'd rather have a Switch 2 version of Smash with a couple extra characters and stages and stuff. I used to be in that same boat. I thought it would be cool for them to do, like, I don't know, just like an ultimate edition of Smash. But I'm not so sure I still feel that way, only because, I don't know, I have almost 1,000 hours dumped into Smash Ultimate, and at this point, I feel like I'm just kind of ready for a fresh take on Smash. You know, something that feels a little different, just plays a little bit different. You know, maybe some old characters get revamped movesets. I was gonna do a whole video this month over on Unk's Lab about shaving down the Smash Bros. Roster, and I was gonna talk about some of the characters that I thought, you know, could be perked up a little bit. But, well, yeah. I don't need to get into it again. You guys know what I'm saying. Been a bummer of a month. Just stopping by to say hi. Hello, Emmett. Emmett Zatlin. Thank you for stopping by to say hi. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't think it needs a whole universe reset, but the last 3 Smash games feel alike, generally alike in many ways. Yeah, pretty much. Don't have a lot of expectations for Kirby's Airtime Joyride. Might just go in blind. That's pretty much where I'm at, too. I'm throwing some little predictions out here and there, some, like, hopes and wants, but, to be honest, it's gonna be impossible to let me down with this Direct tomorrow. Even if the Direct is just kind of, like, okay and nothing that crazy. I'm looking forward to the game, you know? I want to play the game, and, you know, whatever they show is just whatever they show tomorrow. I will probably get up to stream it tomorrow too, but my sleep has also been kind of a disaster, so hopefully I get up on time to stream at 9 a.m. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm can't speak. I'm pretty tired tonight, to tell you the truth, so hopefully I can actually sleep well. But, have you seen the new Mega Evolutions in Legends ZA? To be completely honest with you guys, I have not been keeping up with Pokemon Legends ZA at all. I have seen the discourse, you know, online over the game, but, I've heard from a couple of people that it's pretty okay. You know, like, a lot of people are saying that they're having fun with it and enjoying it for what it is, but they also feel like they could have done more with it, and that seems to be the sentiment that I've heard for, like, the last dozen Pokemon games. So, I'm not really... I just don't really care that much about Pokemon anymore. I'm kind of just, like, tapped out. Until they start to, like, put in some real big effort and, like, you know, make games that are worthy of being representative of one of the richest corporations in the world. Land Clipper! I wonder if there will be any secret characters like Meta Knight could use his wings like in the original game, or a star you unlock through the checklist. That would be really cool. I hope there are some unlockables. I feel like that's something that's missing from a lot of modern games. Is just unlockables. The only unlockables you get nowadays are $30 DLC. Thanks for the super chat. Specialist Skull 97. Holy shiz. Unc Al is live on a hump day. Dorky Kong approves. By the way, I am Dorky Kong on Switch 2. Hello, Dorky Kong. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Haven't touched Pokemon since the 3DS. Yeah, the Switch games really soured me on Pokemon as a whole. It really feels like they're putting out the minimum viable product to qualify as games now. That might be harsh, but I don't know, that's just how I feel. I have not been crazy about what I have seen of Legends ZA. It just looks not fun to me. So, yeah, that's a pass. It's a pass for me. I barely kept up with the news leading up to its launch. And, You know, after seeing what I've seen and hearing what I've heard about the game now that it's out, I'm like, yeah, it's probably not one that I would get into. I think I'm just gonna pass. So, Harimations. I thought of an idea. What if Nintendo allowed players to trade in their Switch 1 console and games to get a discount on Switch 2 stuff? It'd be a good way to get a discount on Switch 2 games. I know GameStop was doing something like that at launch. You can get a Switch 2 for a little bit cheaper if you traded it in, but yeah, I don't think Nintendo would be the ones to do something like that, though. They don't want you to get stuff, their stuff for cheaper. Switch 2 is fine. Certainly have gotten a lot more use out of it than the Steam Deck and Series X. Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. Like, I've enjoyed my Switch 2. I haven't played it a whole lot lately. I've just been playing stuff on Steam. But I knew it was going to kind of go that way. You know, I play Nintendo consoles for the Nintendo games. So if there's nothing, you know, that I'm super interested in at any given time, then it just collects dust for a bit until the next big game, which for me, it's probably going to be Kirby at this point. I did play through Mario Galaxy recently, though, on my Switch. The All-Stars Collection Edition, the 3D All-Stars one. I didn't buy the $70 Mario Galaxy. I just wasn't interested. I'm like, $70? Come on, man. I also played through Galaxy 2 on Dolphin, so got pretty much the same experience. Nice, crisp resolution. I downloaded a texture pack that touched up a lot of the UI elements to make them look less grimy. Oh yeah, it was nice. And I enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun playing the Galaxy games again. I haven't played them since I was a kid, so it was a total refresher for me. But they were fun. Had a good time. Specialist Sko! Can we yap for a bit about the chances of you doing NSO Luigi's Mansion upcoming live stream? I honestly thought about that. I considered it. I'm still considering it. I don't want to make any promises right now, just because of where I'm at in life at the moment. I just struggling a little bit with my mental faculties. That's all. So, but like I said, I'm trying to get myself out of this funk, out of this rut. I am, I got a happy light coming by, like, I think the earliest Sunday. So, I'm hoping that'll help me out. I read a review that was saying that, like, they thought it was just gonna be some, like, placebo shit, you know, some like, modern rip-off bullshit that doesn't actually work, but then they tried it, and it, like, actually really worked for them, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. I will fucking try anything at this point. Was considering getting the confidence to make a video in regards to the Luigi's Mansion franchise. Go for it, man. You do it. As long as you are having fun, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, man. The world's your oyster. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Goodbye, License to Meme. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. I appreciate you. Gonna make a bet that the new villain for Air Riders will be properly showcased in the Direct tomorrow. I think it's either a new form or of Dark Matter or just another Mecha DDD. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I had assumed that character was just a Kirby character, but like, you know, after that Direct, yeah, I'd seen more chatter about it that seems like it might be a brand new one. I don't know. Excuse me, sorry. For Halloween, maybe you could play some Mario horror games. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just taking it one step at a time here. I'm taking everything one step at a time. I am considering doing a... I know, you guys are gonna just love to hear this. another side channel, one where I do more gameplay-oriented content. It'll all be edited. It's not just going to be like a straight-up Let's Play or anything like that. But, you know, there's videos that I would love to do, or there's games that I would love to do videos on that I know are not going to do well here on this channel, because a lot of them are old. A lot of them are old, and, the algorithm doesn't like it when you start mixing stuff up. It doesn't know how to promote your content at that point, so, yeah. Why wouldn't that fit on this channel? Yeah, that's pretty much why, because it's stupid YouTube algorithm shenanigans. It would be basically like some videos that I have posted on this channel before, like the Hollow Knight one I did last month. It'd be probably along those lines. It's just kind of a goofy, silly kind of thing. But that video totally bombed here, too, so I think it probably just makes sense to do, like, a separate channel for that kind of stuff. Did I read that right? Is there really going to be a Kirby movie? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Tune in. Masahiro Sakurai is the star. Star of the movie. Try Tears of the Kingdom when feeling all of those funny things, and even do it in a live stream content fashion, brother. Honestly, I didn't love Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not like super crazy about that newish direction for Zelda. I feel like it missed the mark in a lot of ways for me. I won't get super into that here, because I could go on, but I don't want to ramble a bunch about Zelda and my dissatisfaction with the current direction. Zach Brakowski. Excuse me, sorry. Already got my whoa, chat's pouring in. Whoa. I already got my 3 most wanted characters, so now I guess I'm hoping for Taranza, Elfilin, Adeline, and Ribbon. Mage Sisters will be cool too. I know like 2 of those characters you listed. Oh, I'm hoping you get the characters that you want, Mr. Zach Brakowski. Thank you for the super chats. Harimations. After a few months, the Bonanza hype is pretty much done now. I want a DK new spin-off game with sports or racing games. I know, that would be really cool. You know, to tell you the truth, the Bonanza DLC is what put me onto these roguelikes. It put me onto my roguelike kick. Because the Emerald Rush is a roguelike, so that really got me thinking, like, I would love to see a, like, fully fleshed out Donkey Kong roguelike game. That would be super cool. They haven't done anything like that with really any other Nintendo games, I don't think. Especially, like, Mario in particular, you know, it separates the DK spin-offs a little bit from Mario spin-offs. Does something a little different. It's not just Donkey Kong tennis. It's a whole different thing. A roguelike beat-em-up kind of thing or something. I don't know. Yoshi roguelike. That'll make the series be worth a damn. Yeah. The new Yoshi looks fine, I think. Visually, I really like what they're doing, but I feel like they're kind of just basically, and maybe they have basically settled into this for a while, but it feels like they're basically coming out and saying, like, yeah, Yoshi is our baby game series. It feels like, I don't know. I'm not really so sure I'm gonna be into it, but I like what they're doing with it. I mean, it looks nice, you know, visually. I don't know if the gameplay is gonna be for me, but I guess we'll see. Let me see. Did I miss something? So if you make another channel, you should call it Uncle Al Plus Plus. believe it or not, I actually have the channel made. You guys would have to, like, probably seek it out because it's not, it doesn't have anything yet. No profile picture, no banner, no nothing. I made it, like, maybe a month or two ago. I'm thinking about calling it Unk's Arcade. I think that's just what I'm gonna roll with if I end up doing that kind of gameplay channel. But we'll see. I'm not sure yet. I at least wanted the handle, so it's out there. You guys can go try to find it. What about a Dynasty Warriors DK game? It would be interesting. That's something I thought about too. But I don't know. Like, I feel like the Warriors thing, like, the novelty has already kind of, like, worn off a little bit from them working with Nintendo, just because they're, like, they're onto their third Hyrule Warriors now. And now 2 of them in a row have been the exact same style, with the Breast of the Wild. That's what we're going with. Breast of the Wild art style. And I don't know. I guess it would be different if it is Donkey Kong. It might be a lot more exciting if they revealed a Donkey Kong Warriors game, you know. So I don't know. I'm not, like, opposed to it. It would be cool, I guess. Next DK game needs to be a MOBA, League of Bananas. Honestly, I'd be down to see them try anything with Donkey Kong. Do some wacky stuff. It'd be fun. Ooh, Slammer! Banana Slammer! Gnarly Knave! Diddy Kong Racing 2 with more Kongs. That would be a really great way to follow up Bonanza, if you ask me. Do a Donkey Kong spin-off. And, you know, Diddy Kong Racing is so well loved by people who played it. It really is a super good game, Diddy Kong Racing. So, getting a sequel after all this time would be a real welcome surprise. It'd be very cool. Uncle Al's new channel is called Uncle Al minus Source. My uncle works at Uncle Al. Oh yeah. You heard it here first. Embrace Zaza. Reject Pokemon Legends Zaza. Back when I used to hit the Zaza a lot more. Sorry, I'm not used to talking for this long here lately. My throat's like getting all chopped up. Where was I going with that? I had a thing I was gonna say. Something about boofing the Zaza. I don't know. Something. You guys fill in the blanks. Come up with your own ending. It's a pick your own Uncle Al story. Harrymations release. Reveals Five Nights at Cranky's. Yeah, there we go. A Donkey Kong horror game. Could you imagine? As odd as it sounds, I think an RPG like Kingdom Hearts would be interesting for DK, giving his new basic movement being satisfying for combat, like having skill progression for in Bonanza. That'd be interesting. It would definitely be interesting. Uncle Al smoked Zaza and became a Pokemon channel. There we go. That's how you know I've a really cracked Uncle Al fraction and Uncle Al decimal. Man, we're getting a little mathy out here. It's gonna like fry my brain. I'm not gonna be able to handle my own YouTube stuff. Excuse me, man. Do you think the next Smash game will have the rare DK as an alternate color for DK. Not a fan of his current design, unfortunately. I hate to say it. I hate to say it for you. I kind of don't think they are gonna do that. I have a feeling they're gonna stick to this new vision of the character. Get yourself a beer, Unky Monkey. Nice stopping by. Thanks, Demeech. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, as cool as, I mean, like, you know, I've always been a rare DK guy. I've always loved the rare DK. And that design will always have a soft spot in my heart. I really like the new design too. It stinks for people who are really in love with the old design, because I don't think they're gonna be using it moving forward. I think it's pretty much like Dunzo, you know what I mean? It's like moving from his arcade design to the country design. Like, the arcade design really didn't make appearances beyond just, like, little cameo and, like, Easter egg type things after that, so... I have a feeling that's the way it's gonna be. Are you a Pikmin guy, Al? To an extent. I've played the Pikmin games. I enjoy them. I'm not, like, the most diehard Pikmin guy, though. You're probably, yeah, I don't know. I really liked Pikmin 3. I played Pikmin 3 Deluxe on my Switch. I had the original on Wii U, and I never beat it. And then I got the Deluxe Edition on Switch, and I played through it and loved it. And Pikmin 4, I had a really good time with, too. I would actually like to go back and replay that game again, but I'm, like, waiting to see if they're gonna do an upgrade for the Switch 2, so it runs, like, at a steady, smooth 60 FPS. But I'm not counting on it. Not for free, at least. Pikmin 4 is getting an update for free soon. Yeah, I did see that. I was hoping they were gonna slip in that they're doing a free performance upgrade for it too, but seems like that's not happening. So, Donkey Kong Country returns with the new designs and no other changes. $80, please. Yeah. Isn't that just the way it is? Isn't that just the way it is right now? Classic Nintendo and their silly shenanigans. Their silly little $80 shenanigans. It is going to be interesting to see how they handle the $80 games thing moving forward. Because, you know, obviously there was a lot of pushback for that being the case. And, there's a part of me that almost wonders if they priced it DK at 70, just knowing that they were going to release the Emerald Rush thing for another 20. Because, I mean, man, could you imagine $100 for the whole Donkey Kong package? It's really not that out of the ordinary for modern games to do shit like that. But it is a bit out of the ordinary for Nintendo to be, like, doing that kind of thing. They're really playing catch-up years and years late when it comes to stinky stuff like that. Really enjoying your content, man. Keep it up. Thanks, Goose. I appreciate you. Thank you again as well, Land Clipper, for the super chat. Appreciate you, fellas. Oh, man. How many of you guys are going to be here tomorrow morning for the Nintendo Direct? I guess I really shouldn't be asking that right now. To tell you the truth, I don't even know with absolute certainty that I am going to be here tomorrow morning. I haven't decided yet. I'd like to try. I gotta see if I actually get to sleep tonight. I haven't been sleeping well either, so... If I wake up, it's like 8:30 and my alarm's going off and I'm like, fuck, man, I'm tired. I want to sleep. I don't give a shit. I'll watch the highlight reel from this hour-long Nintendo Direct sometime tomorrow, then maybe that's what I'll do. Otherwise, I will try to be here, though. So, this is how I found out there's a Direct. I guess so. Surprise! How's it going, y'all? What's up, Retro Man? How you doing? How's it going, man? Will likely be working, but personally kind of hyped to see the Direct. I'm definitely interested. Anytime that Sakurai gets out here to talk to us, listen, man, my ears perk up. I'm always interested to hear what this man has to say. So, haven't been sleeping these past few nights, running on negative 12 hours of sleep. I feel that. I went to bed at like, I don't think I fell asleep until like almost 5 a.m. last night. And then I woke up at 9. No alarm, no nothing. Just woke up. Couldn't sleep anymore, so. Is what it is. I gotta take a sip of some water. If there actually was a Kirby movie, who would you get to voice King Dedede? My mind always goes to the guy who voiced him in the cartoon. I mean, if I had to pick, that would be the man. But if we're talking like, you know, Hollywood celebs, I don't know. I'm terrible at casting stuff like this. There's like a handful of actors that I can name off the top of my head, and like none of them probably fit the role that well. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. Danny DeVito for Dedede? That'd be fun. I always thought Danny DeVito Wario would be fun for the Mario movies, you know. Has that been confirmed, by the way? Like, I know there have been leaks about the Mario Galaxy movie these past few weeks. Oh, sorry, spoilers if you don't want to hear this. Now is the time to turn away if you don't want to hear any Mario Galaxy movie spoilers. Just mute or dip. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. That's your warning. This is your warning. I'm gonna jump into it right now. You know, I heard that like Bowser Jr. is gonna be in the movie, which that makes sense. Just makes sense. I could totally see it. But then, like, I thought I had seen one suggesting that Wario was also going to be in the movie, but I don't know if that was confirmed. So I don't know. Can any of you guys confirm that? Master Shake, dude. Master Shake as Dedede. That I could see that. John Cena as Dedede. Can we get Antonio Banderas as Meta Knight? Keep up the whole, like, you know, thing he had going on in Kirby Right Back at Ya. Ha ha! Fear me if you dare. Bowser Jr. makes sense, but what the fuck is Wario doing? I know, that's what I'm saying. Weren't those leaks AI fakes? I have no idea. I think the Bowser Jr. one was credible. I think that's, like, pretty much basically confirmed. The Wario part, I don't know about. It sounds like... to me, if Wario is going to be in this movie is just, like... It sounds like it's going to be super stuffed. Super crowded with characters. I just don't know how they could make all of that work in one movie. Wario feels like one that they should just, like, save for a different movie or something. But, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Confirm it for me too, because I think I'm the one that heard it and spread it to me. You might have been Wes. I had heard... I'm trying to remember where I saw it, or like what I saw. I think it was like a McDonald's toy thing or something. They had Bowser Jr. and Wario. I don't know, again, I don't even know if that's accurate. I don't even know if I'm remembering that correctly. All I know is that I heard Wario from somewhere. Wario should be the villain of his own movie, like in Mario Land. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you there. I think if they're gonna put Bowser Jr. in this, they should just make the movie about Bowser and Bowser Jr. And they can mix in the whole, like, Mario Sunshine angle, too, with Bowser Jr. He could be, like, Shadow Mario. And he could do... They could even work in the whole, like, you know, Mama Peach angle. Bowser's like, yeah, that's your mom, son. Come on, let's steal her and go into outer space and have a space wedding. But who would voice Bowser Jr.? That's what I want to know. Damn, both Mario and Sonic spoiling the second movies with McDonald's toys. Yeah, like I said, I don't even know if it was, like, legit, so I could be just totally talking out of my ass. I don't really know. I know I saw Wario somewhere, though. The rumor was out there from somewhere. I haven't been looking closely enough into it because I don't really care that much. I'll see it when I see it, and then we'll know, but... I guess we could probably expect some sort of trailer before too long for that movie. I don't know if we'll see it this year, though, or, like, early next year, but the movie's supposed to come out in, like, April, so... I don't know. Don't know if this is a hot take, but you feel like they should have saved the Galaxy plot for the third movie. I 100% agree with you. That's what I've been saying, like, from the minute they revealed it. I'm like... Galaxy feels like the kind of thing that would be sort of like an endgame kind of movie event for the Mario movies, you know? Like, where would they even go after this? What would they do for a third Mario movie after they do Galaxy? Odyssey is the third? Like, yeah. But, like, I don't know. The whole, like, going into outer space and seeing, like, whimsical places feels like more of like a third movie kind of thing, as opposed to like, well, we're gonna travel the world again for Odyssey. I don't know. Who knows? Bart Simpson as Bowser Jr. would be peak. Oh man, you know, you are so right. That would work so well. Dude, like. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Harry Mations. That's absolutely what they ought to do. I think they'll probably go with some, like, Hollywood person, you know? But they should just bring Bart Simpson in. That'd be perfect. Uh-oh. Computer doing a funny thing. Hang on, I gotta reload the chat, because it's like, out of memory! Out of memory! It's over! No more stream, no more chat, you don't get to read anymore. It's over! There we go, I got it back up again. The fat kid, the Rizzler should voice Bowser Jr. That poor kid. It's like 500 pounds at 11 years old. Or however old he is. I don't even think he's that old, he's like 8. He's got his face plastered on the side of a tea can. Oy. Let me see here. Okay. Let me go back up here a little bit. You guys were saying about the third. Rather have Galaxy as a movie more than World, just because we already explored the world in the first movie. That I do agree with. I think, like, that makes sense. But I don't know. There's a part of me that still feels like they should have saved Galaxy. But then again, I don't know what they would have done for a second movie otherwise. So, I don't know. Who knows? 500 pounds is crazy. Hey, look, I don't make the rules, man. I didn't make him 500 pounds. Oh, man. I'm gonna step out of the theater if Bowser Jr. makes a 6'7" joke. I don't understand that thing at all. All I know is that it's everywhere. That's it. I don't even try. Them doing Galaxy already feels kind of rushed. Yep. I pretty much share the same sentiments, but what I do think is gonna happen is they aren't gonna do a third Mario movie like right away. My prediction in all of this is that Galaxy is gonna end. The post-credits is gonna be a teaser for the Donkey Kong movie. That's what I think they're gonna do after the Galaxy movie. That's my guess, personally. There have been a lot of, I don't know, a lot of things to suggest that they are working on that, so. Patents and trademarks and that kind of stuff, so. I don't know, I think it just makes sense. But that, you know, it kind of stinks though, because I don't think DK is going to have a very big role in the Mario Galaxy movie, which the movie's already going to be jam-packed as it is, so it makes sense. And if they're going to save him for his own movie, okay, whatever, fine. As long as we can have King K. Rool as the villain of the Donkey Kong movie, then we're good. That's all I need. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, though, like, there's a part of me that worries just a little bit for what a DK movie might look like. I would personally want it to be an adventure with DK and his Kong pals, you know, the DK crew, up against the Kremlings. But I could totally see them leaning into the Bonanza angle with like Donkey Kong and Pauline. I could see them doing that. I don't know if I would be too crazy about that, but hey, I would see it. It's a Donkey Kong movie, so here's what it is. Need CFO to voice Sia to voice Rosalina. Somebody said Aquafina as Rosalina. Aquafina Rosalina, and I'm like, I could see them doing it just because it sounds funny. Aquafina Rosalina. I could see it happening. But somebody had also said Aquafina Daisy, and like, I could see that. I could see Daisy sounding like Aquafina. So. Oh, you hit the goal again. Wow, we did. Holy shit. The Porkster's keeping tabs on that for me. I appreciate it. That's awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much again for your generosity tonight. Sorry. Sorry, that's nasty. So sorry. My throat is like getting all scratched up. There we go. It just, there's another little, oh! Oh, ground pork! Oh! Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Very, very, very generous. I appreciate you so much for that. I think I missed some of the previous streams, but hi, very off-topic question, but I'll forget if I don't ask. Have you heard of Buster Jam, or Boom Buster by extension? Again, thank you for the very generous super chat, Ground Pork. I appreciate you so much, man. And yes, I have. Was it renamed? Because I just saw something earlier. I didn't get to look into it. Of the being called Buster Jam now, but I knew it by Boom Buster. I think I played the demo for it like a year or two ago. Definitely seemed interesting. I wouldn't mind checking it out when it comes out for sure. Yeah, thanks again. Thank you for that. And Rojo Bear, Matt Berry should voice King K. Rool. I don't know if this is gonna get me in trouble. I don't know. I don't know who that is. But yeah, Matt Berry should definitely be King K. Rool. Okay. Have Benedict Cumberbatch as King K. Rool. Genuinely perfect choice. I could see that too. I could imagine it. Buster Jam is a spin-off that's more like WarioWare. It's being made to lighten the spirits for the dev on Boom Buster. Very cool. Very cool. So it is a different thing. I had no idea they were doing that. Did Boom Buster ever come out? Or was that just like, or are they still working on it? Cancel Owlies! He's trying to run away, grab his legs! No, please, anything but my legs. Not my legs, don't turn them into ground beef, ground pork. Still being worked on, gotcha. Okay. I wonder how they found the time to do a spin-off then, too. That's interesting. But, hey, you know, more power to them. Very cool. Matt Berry has been in various live-action movies and shows. He's been a voice actor in some cartoons like the second SpongeBob movie, Cripopolis, and Volvic Water commercials. Okay, interesting. I've heard the name, I just don't know. I'm not, like, excuse me, familiar with his work. At least I don't think I am. maybe I would know if I heard the voice. Did you enjoy Pac-Man World 2? I saw you played it, but haven't gotten to watch the stream yet. Yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I thought it was pretty fun. It was like... It was faithful, but it was also kind of a bit of a reimagining, too. And I think they handled it very well. Because the original game has some dated elements, to say the least, so... I thought it was a fabulous update. I enjoyed it. It's going to be the voice of Bane in the LEGO Batman Legacy Dark Knight. Interesting. Al, how would you fit DK Bonanza in the Mario timeline? Oh boy, here we go. This is going to be everybody grab a seat. Grab a seat. We're talking Donkey Kong timeline shenanigans, okay. But let me read these. The lazy Yengi bot. Smashing the target. Smash the target. Thank you for the super chat. So yeah, well, basically, I don't know how many you guys are familiar with the Kong Compendium, right? I'm sure you guys are. I pretty much am on the same page with those guys. Our little DK crew, me and Don't Mind Joe, the Kong Compendium. I think that Bonanza and actually just the DK games in general actually take place in the timeline after the Mario games. That's what I'm thinking. I think I've just opened up a can of worms that I actually don't want to get into. I don't know why I said all of this out loud right now, because I don't know if I want to explain my train of thought there. Oh, man. Fairly new to this channel, so not really. Okay, my bad. Definitely check out the Kong Compendium's video on the timeline thing. I think they did a very, very good job of explaining. Check out some clips of What We Do in the Shadows. Matt Berry plays a vampire. Okay, I'm aware of that show. My wife really likes that show. I'll have to check that out. She's been wanting me to watch it for a while. I'm weird with TV shows. Unless I like really want to sit down and watch it, I like struggle to stick with them. So after every single Mario game that will ever exist, or I don't really know. I guess at the very least, like the mainline games. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Understood, and didn't Compendium say that young Pauline is a descendant? Yes. Yep, that's pretty much the thought process there, that, like, young Pauline is either, like, the daughter or potentially granddaughter of the original Pauline. I guess we're thinking granddaughter, because she talks about her granddaughter a lot throughout Bonanza. And we're thinking that the grandmother is Pauline. That's what we're thinking, so... And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense with the DK kind of timeline, too. Like, you know, it would explain why Cranky Kong is old, and he's supposed to be the original arcade Donkey Kong. So by extension, by the time the DK games are happening, like, Mario is also an old man by that point, so... I think it makes sense, and there's a lot of reasons for it, but, yeah. Top 3 Grok recommended for voice actor. Benedict Campbell, yeah. That would be my top pick. Clancy Brown, I could see it, and Mark Hamill. Interesting. I would definitely want Benedict Campbell. That would be my top choice. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love it. I'll bet that makes Mario a descendant of Jumpman. Well... According to Nintendo, Jumpman and Lady in the original arcade DK game, like, are just Pauline and Mario. Like, that's who they are. So, that I'm kind of just going along with their logic there and assuming that that's who they are. Snapsling P-Vine. Regardless of timeline, I've always loved the idea of all the Mario and DK characters romping around in the same universe. Yeah, it's definitely fun. But I also do really appreciate that, like, Nintendo knows when to keep them separated, too. Like, you know that they exist in the same world, but, you know, they keep you on your toes, and they let the fans kind of theorize and come up with their own ideas of, like, how everything kind of fits together. It'd be kind of cool to see them come out and confirm one way or the other, like, what the deal is with Kid Pauline, just to put to rest some of the arguments online, but, you know, it is what it is. The Mario and DK timeline is really mind-boggling. Yeah, it sure is something. It sure is something. It's all up to interpretation. I gotta sip some water. Give me a sec. Bing bing wahoo infinitely. The infinite bing bing. Infinite bing bing wahoo. So, I guess to kind of bring the conversation back around to Kirby just a little bit, at least temporarily until we get talking about Donkey Kong again. So everybody's pretty much, well, I don't know about everybody, but I think a lot of us here were on the same page, right? We're just kind of going into tomorrow's Direct with an open mind. It's just like whatever happens, happens. I think that's where we're at, right? Give me your bananas. Give me the nutrients. Give me the nutrients, please. I would like to take some nutrients. Yummy. I imagine all of the arcade DK characters are grandparents of each protag, especially after Pauline's grandma was introduced. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking like OG, like the Pauline that we know from like Mario Odyssey is a grandma by the time Bonanza takes place. And the Pauline that's in that game is her granddaughter. I feel like that's what's heavily implied throughout the game. And it makes sense. Especially if you look at, like, the potential passage of time between Odyssey and Bonanza with New Donk City. New Donk City has very, like, you know, old school, like, billboards and signs and all that kind of stuff. The kind of outfits that the NPCs wear, all that kind of stuff. And then in Bonanza, it's all a lot more modernized. So I feel like there's an implied passage of time there. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't know. I really like the idea of that too. It fits the DK games into the Mario timeline in such a unique and interesting way that you might not expect to be the case, but I don't know. Again, it's really just kind of open to interpretation. Very subjective, but I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool idea. Just gonna ask again because I'm very curious. Is there a Discord server for Uncle Al's stuff? Technically, yes. Technically there is, but I do not use it. And I probably should. To tell you the truth, I'm like considering... I have considered just deleting it. Because I don't use it. I don't know how well moderated it is. That's really bad to say. It's really irresponsible on my part. But yeah, I don't have the capacity to like be checking in and running something like that right now. So, thank you for the super chat though. Harry Mations. Old Jumpman would go so hard. Imagine if a future Mario game brought in old DK and DK Jr. to soft confirm the theory. Could be very interesting. I guess old DK is Cranky Kong though, you know? That was something that was interesting about Bonanza too. Like, I don't believe Cranky ever referred to DK as like his grandson. Just that they're related. So it kind of seemed like they were not really willing to like hard confirm or deny if the current DK, like the Bonanza DK, is DK Jr. or like a descendant of DK Jr. I think it would make sense for modern DK to just be an aged up DK Jr. I think that would make sense. Imagine if old Jumpman came as a DLC in Bonanza as an underdog elder. Mario grows up to be an elder. That would be interesting. DK Jr. got acknowledged like once in the last 30 years, and it was his Mario Kart Tour character. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why they don't incorporate just DK Jr. into spin-offs at the very least. They have all the baby characters that you could ask for, but like no DK Jr. I don't really understand why, but I don't know. They're really flaky about what kind of DK stuff they include in games and what they don't. There's never any consistency when it comes to that, so. More sad about Lanky Kong being ignored than DK Jr. I feel you there. I know. So many of the extended Kong cast just thrown to the side. I'm really hoping and keeping my fingers crossed that we get some fun acknowledgement coming up in the Bonanza DLC, because I don't know why they're doing this, but they're finally kicking it off. They're going to be doing timed events where you can get some limited time statues in Bonanza. I think the first batch is like Bonanza, Kong, and Unguard, so that's cool. It'd be really neat to see them bring in the other Kongs too as statues. Chunky and Lanky and Tiny and Candy and, you know, the whole bunch. Funky, Swanky. They don't seem to want to branch out too much from like the core four. DK, Diddy, Dixie, Cranky. Which, you know, it is what it is. Forgot about the statues coming to Bonanza. Yeah. not sure how to feel about that personally. It's just like, so there's a chance I can miss out on content that I technically paid for. I mean, that kind of that kind of blows. Whatever. What can I say? I didn't actually end up getting all of the statues in that. I was gonna try to finish up the Emerald Rush Battle Pass, and just didn't end up getting around to it. Just too many other things came in and got me distracted. Speaking of getting distracted by things, I haven't had a chance to play this yet. That Yuka Replay came out recently, and I'd really like to give it a shot. I've been hearing really good things about it. But just haven't gotten around to it. I was really hoping Playtonic was gonna hook me up with a copy, but I never heard from them, so. Jesus Bonanza. Jesus Bonanza. Donkey Kong can walk on water. He kind of already does that with the Zebra Bonanza. Turn Void Kong into wine. Played the demo. Feels like the true Banjo 3E than the original ukulele game. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm hearing. Like, I'm hearing, what I've been hearing from a lot of people is that it absolutely feels like what ukulele should have been from the start. Which, that's great. That's great to hear. I really want to give it a shot. I just, excuse me, that's another game. I'm just like, do I want to drop money on this and invest time into this right now? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how well a video like that might do here is the thing. But I've been a little stumped on like content here lately in general. But of course, that's also for other reasons. So you wanted to play a bit of runs like Buns on the Steam Deck. Yeah, that's my issue with the Switch 2 version, because it apparently only runs at 30 FPS, which I don't really understand. I'm like, come on. This game could handle 60 FPS on the Switch 2. From what I understand, they didn't have, like, a whole lot of time to develop it for the Switch 2, but, like, to me then, it's like, well, then just, like, wait a little bit longer. Release the Switch 2 version later. I guess they want them all out at the same time. DK pulls out a cross and instant kills the enemies. Yeah, there we go. Turns the Kremlings to dust. The skin just slops off of their bones. Yuka Replay only runs at 30 FPS on Switch 2. Yeah, for now. For now, at least. Supposedly, they're going to be looking into like a performance patch later on, but currently it only runs at 30, so. Snap Sling Peavine, gotta go. Great stream. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the super chats. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I would probably just get it on Steam. I mean, that's how I'm gonna personally get it, at least. I might have considered picking it up on the Switch, too. If it ran better. I'm a stickler for frame rates, though. I'm a picky bitch when it comes to that kind of thing. And I'm even more so now because I just got a new monitor recently. It's a curved monitor with HDR, and I can get like, I think like, I don't know, 160 frames on this thing or something. I have never seen above 60. I have it currently set to 120 FPS. I was not prepared for that whenever I started this thing up. It almost made me nauseous just how smooth it was running. It took me a little bit to get used to it. But I'm used to it now. Yeah, I get like gorgeous picture on this thing. I'm like, yes. Oh, this is just what I wanted. I have it. I have a 3 monitor setup now. and this HDR one is sitting next to the other two, and the difference is like night and day. I've been using shit for so long. 30 FPS is usually fine for me, but nowadays, for 3D games, can't handle 30 FPS. Yeah, it's like, I can deal with it, you know? It's like, I can deal with it if I have to, but it's like, if I have the option to get a better version, like a better running version that runs smooth 60, then that's the one I'm gonna jump for, you know? If that's the only option that's available, then it's like, whatever, you know, I'll deal with it. But yeah, generally though, I like to get my games nice and smooth if I can help it. Cause I'm a picky bitch. I'm a picky bitch. I'm a picky bitch. Not gonna lie, fine with 30 FPS as always, as they remain consistent and stable, which is almost never the case with the Switch 1. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of stinks about Switch 1. It's like ancient architecture at this point. It struggles to handle a lot of games, so. But you know, the thing that kind of stinks though too is that like I don't feel like we're seeing a whole lot of Switch 2 games yet that are really pushing the hardware like to its potential. It really doesn't feel like a whole lot of anything is releasing on Switch 2 right now. Like, first party games aside, I feel like we have barely seen any new third party Switch 2 releases either. So I don't know. I gotta ask. I just gotta ask. Anybody out there still playing Sonic Crossworlds? I haven't played it much this past week or two, but I downloaded a mod that reskins Jet with Bubsy, the Bubsy 4D model. It was just kind of hilarious. It was just kind of hilarious that was the character they chose. Because I pretty much just play Jet. Jet's like my main in that game. So I was like, wow. Wow, Bubsy really is taking over my life. Like, Bubsy has fully invaded now. I don't have a choice. He's just here and he's here to stay. I was speed running. I was doing some speed running in that Bubsy 4D demo. I think I have, like, a couple of the top times. Like, not the very top anymore, because people even more cracked than me came along. But I'm up on the leaderboard. I'm up there. I haven't checked lately, but I should. Maybe that could make for a fun stream, trying to reclaim my title. the top times in the Bubsy 4D demo. Oh god. Specialist Skull. We need a DKC trio bundle of all the OG but modernized. We've had this discussion on stream many times before where it's like on one hand it'd be kind of cool if they stuck like really faithfully to those games, but I would just be afraid that they wouldn't. And another thing I don't like about a lot of modern remakes is that they come out and then they essentially like effectively replace the originals in a lot of people's minds. Even companies will try to like push them that way, and then they never release the original games. We only have the remakes, and that's what they want you to play. And I think that it would be sad to see the original DKC trio be swept under the rug and forgotten about for modernized versions, you know. But that's just me. That's just me. I would still buy them and play them and enjoy them, so. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Harry Mations, thank you for the super chat as well. There isn't really any game besides Bonanza that uses the Switch 2 hardware well, and they need something now. Kirby and Metroid aren't enough. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. Like, Metroid especially because it's also still going to be a Switch 1 game. It's cross-gen. And I don't really know that Kirby is really going to be pushing the Switch 2 to its limits. I don't know. That certainly happened to me with the Crash and Spyro trilogies. Yeah. Yep. They were some of the ones that... Two of the big ones that came to mind whenever I was talking about the remake thing right there. Did you hear what happened with Resident Evil on GOG? I did not. What happened with Resident Evil? I was only laughing crazily at your sound effects. Yeah, my brain's trying to, like, come up with anything today. You can probably hear the smoke coming out of my ears. I'm doing all right, though. It's been fun to get on here and talk with you guys. It has kind of lifted my spirits a little bit today, so I appreciate you guys. At least Crash 4 can replace Wrath of Cortex, because Mother Mercy Wrath of Cortex was rough to control. I never played Wrath of Cortex. I'd like to give that one a shot eventually. I tried to emulate it years ago on my old PC, but my old PC just could not handle certain GameCube game emulation for some reason. My new one definitely could, so maybe I ought to give that a shot. Capcom said they thought the remakes replaced the originals and saw no reason to put the OG games or Resident Evil games on GOG. Took a lot of convincing to put them up. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing that I'm scared about for if they were to ever decide to remake the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, like modernize them. Because, like, the original games have, like, such a unique visual identity, and, like, they're unlike pretty much any other games from that era. Sure, there are games that have done the pre-rendered thing, too, from back then, but, you know, Donkey Kong was pretty cutting edge whenever those games came out. And, I don't know, I feel like there's, like, a certain artistic value that would be lost by just, you know, saying, like, well, there, you know, here's the remakes, play those. Forget about the originals. So, I don't know. That's just me. And Donkey Kong isn't, like, the only series that I feel that way about. I feel like it's kind of a shame to lose the original versions of games in general when it comes to remakes. But, you know, that's kind of the way it is. Some games age better and some age worse. In my opinion, there's no real reason to remake the OG Country games. DK64, on the other hand, could use a remake. Yeah, I'm with you there. I think, like, if they were to remake any Donkey Kong game, DK64 would be the one to do it with. I think that would be pretty cool. Mega Mad 64. Yo, what's happening, man? What's going on? Like wine and milk. When I first read that, before I read it out loud, I thought you said I like wine and milk. I was thinking, like, what, like at the same time? Wine and milk together? I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, I've never tried it. Maybe it would make a good combination. Just like wine-flavored milk? Ugh. I don't know. Maybe not. Saying it doesn't sound good. Have you seen the Rhymes with Grug videos? They're funny as fuck. I have not. I do not know. Rhymes with Grug. Have you tried Ratchet, Jack, and Sly games? I played all of the Ratchet games, like the main ones, I think. The only one I never finished was Ratchet 3, but I finished most of, like, well, yeah, pretty much all of the main games. Love Ratchet and Clank. It's super good. Jack, I tried to play the first one. I didn't get super into it. But the Sly games, I'm pretty sure I've played all of those too. Well, okay, the first 3. I never played Thieves in Time. But I believe I own it. I think I have it on PS3. I bought a PS3 and some games a couple years ago. Because I never owned a PS3 and I wanted one, so. Wow, it's the monkey with the funky hair on my YouTube. What's happening, Mac Time? How's it going, man? How you doing? How you doing, man? Truly a tasty combo for a delicate palate. Wine and milk. Oh, man. You know, this isn't a good thing to say out loud, and it's not a good thing to think, but you have me curious. You have me curious about that combination now. Is it weird that I could almost imagine it, like, working a little bit? It probably doesn't work at all. You probably should not try mixing wine and milk. But I guess it depends on the wine. It depends on the wine. I'm thinking like a red wine or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just insane. Do you like Pizza Tower? I love Pizza Tower. Pizza Tower's great. Pizza Tower is probably... It's probably one of my favorite platformers. It's gotta be... I mean, it definitely is. I just don't know where it lands on the scale of favorites yet. I got super into it whenever it came out. I like P-ranked everything. Then a year later when the Noise came out, I P-ranked everything with the Noise. Man, that game is like sex. Bro, why do I keep getting skipped? What cruel world is this? Sorry, DEV. Sometimes I get yapping and I miss messages. Let me go back. Wine, milk. Wine and milk, like lemon and lime. Ah, yes. Cruel, K-Rool! When the world felt so cruel! When it felt so cruel! The Pizza Tower talk reminds me, really need a new Wario Land game, more like 3. I absolutely want a new Wario Land game on the Switch too. That's like probably the next top request for me for Switch 2 games. I would love to see a new Wario Land. Sorry, I'm starting to like poop out. I'm starting to get pooped. I'm starting to poop out. Well, I don't think that's a thing people say. It's like, I'm getting pooped. Oh, I'm pooped, not I am getting pooped out. Oh, I'm getting the poop. Anyway, okay. This is going on a little too long. I gotta sneeze. Oh shit. Excuse me. Dude, my allergies have been fucking insane lately too. I don't know about you guys. Seems like with any change of season, I get allergies. It just sucks extra this time of year because I also get depression. Oh man. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you for the blessings. Ah, the Jesus Bonanza is really inside of us all. Blessings abound. And 500-pound 8-year-olds or something. There's a little call back to earlier in the stream. Is Wes still here? Wario World on GameCube Classics would sell me instantly. If we got a Wario World 2, on the other hand, I'm right there with you. I am absolutely right there with you. Still here for the sole purpose of you saying that. I'll bring it up every now and then. I'll just throw in the 500-pound fat kid occasionally. We'll just keep the live stream going. Yeah, the last one was Wario Land Shake It. Funny enough, that's like one of the only ones I haven't played. I haven't played Wario Land Shake It, and I haven't played the Virtual Boy Wario Land, which I guess I won't be playing that one anytime soon either, because you have to buy the stupid $100 Virtual Boy accessory to play those games, to have access to them. I'm sure there's probably going to be some kind of workaround, though, I would imagine. But, yeah, the fact that they're being so specific with allowing you to play those games is kind of annoying. It is what it is. I don't have any interest in buying the Virtual Boy accessory, though. That's going to be a pass for me. Want me to ask Grok where we can see the Wario Land series extend off after Shake It? Hey, go for it. Let's ask Gork. Gork, where does Wario Land go from here? It's like jingling your keys to tune me in, but you gotta say 500-pound 10-year-old, and I'll be like, huh? Hey, Wes, 500-pound 10-year-old. 500 pounds. That's not a good key jingling noise. That's bad. Let's move on from that and let's find a new topic. Jeez. Kronk, is this true? I don't know. Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out with Kronk. 20 and 350. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little heft. I just think 500 pounds on an 8-year-old, though, is like, that's... He probably needs to be taken away from his parents. Hey, what's your thoughts on Boom Buster, the company Tall Glass? I don't have a super strong opinion about them. I played Boom Buster. I played the demo for Boom Buster, and I enjoyed it. But I'm not, like, super familiar with them. But it's been a while. It's been a while. New conversation topic. Have you been thinking about working on games in the future? I'm sure glad you asked, Wes. That's all. I'm glad you asked. Thanks for asking. Yeah, you know, I get asked a lot about Kroger and the state of Kroger and what happened with that. I'm gonna probably address that at some point on this channel. I don't know when. When or how. I feel like maybe doing like a member video or something like that, because I don't want to... I don't know, I don't want to, like, draw a ton of attention to it, not knowing what's going to happen with it. But, yeah, good old Kroger. My pet project. Someday, one of these days. Making games is fun until you make it. I'm learning that from experience. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like, I really did quite enjoy the process that, you know, I was involved with for a little while with the project, but a lot of things kind of just got in the way or made it tough to continue, so. Eventually, though, I would like to try to get something put together to be able to, like, I don't know, either pitch it somewhere to get funding for full development or, you know, I don't know, do a Kickstarter. I feel like that's a lot more risky, though. Would really need to have my ducks in a row for a Kickstarter, because I'd be terrified of, like, mismanaging people's money, letting people down. Wouldn't want it to come to that, you know. How much do you guys want to bet people online will complain about the price for Kirby Air Rider? I think there's people who already are. I guess I'm kind of one of them a little bit. $70 for Kirby Air Ride does feel like a pretty big ask, but I mean, that's also just kind of how... That's just kind of how... what am I saying? What was I talking about? Oh, that's just, I don't know, that's just the way that games are these days. Very, very expensive. Gotta pick and choose, you know? Patreon or publisher funding may be your best bet. Yeah, I was thinking, like, probably attempting, if possible, to get funded with some sort of publisher. Again, that's really only if I could ever make it a reality. I mean, I need a team. I need a team to help make it a like, full-fledged reality. There's just no way around it. Al, do you know how to code? I was teaching myself how to, and I ended up kind of, like, falling out of it because just life getting in the way. Will there be a Pac-Man World 3 Re-Pac sometime in 2028? Maybe. There was actually just a survey recently from Bandai Namco asking about the potential for World 3. I think if they're gonna do World 3, they ought to just, like, pretty much just overhaul the whole thing. Just make it over. Start from scratch with it. Just make a whole new game, essentially. Don't try to remake what the original was. But that's just me. That's what I'm thinking. Would really like to put my own game out there eventually, but God knows, or but God, project planning is buns sometime. Yeah. That's pretty much the reality of it. I know you taught yourself to animate in SFM. I did. Yep. I learned that a lot quicker than I was learning to code. That's for sure. But I don't know. I'm very self-motivated. If there's something that I want, if there's something I want to do, I'm pretty good about getting myself to get there. It's just my stupid brain. my stupid brain this time of year is preventing me from doing a whole lot of anything. Working on it, though. I'm working on it. I'll have to ask again because your stream gave up before you answered. Do you know how to code? Nope. But I was teaching myself how to do it a couple years ago. I was getting somewhere. I was starting to learn, and then life kind of got in the way, so. I will say this, though, and I don't know if this is going to be, like, blasphemy or get me canceled or something like that. But I was plugging some stuff into ChatGPT the other night. I never mess with ChatGPT. I'm not, like... I've never really dabbled with it that much, so I was really unaware of just how far it's come. The things that it was telling me about, like, the potential for this, like, game idea I had, it was like, it was spitting stuff out at me. And I could not believe it. Like, just it was insane. It's just so advanced. It's crazy how far this shit has come along. It's actually kind of scary. Gnarly Knave, have you heard of Air Ride Deluxe? It's a mode created by the competitive air ride community. I have. I was actually playing that back in, I don't know if it was August or September. I was playing it with some friends. We were doing some multiplayer. That was fun. It was pretty cool. You regret continuously typing into ChatGPT, all because it's not thought of by man. Yep, it's all AI. But the shit that it was like coming up with was blowing my mind. Oh hey, we did hit the goal again. Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much. Again, I really appreciate it. We're gonna go for a couple more minutes. I think I'm gonna cut it off around right around the 2-hour mark. So we got a little under 10 minutes to go. I think that's what we'll do. And then, hopefully, I will see a lot of you guys here tomorrow morning for Kirby Air Ride Direct. That'll be fun. Ryan's being GZ Doom got into an AI code fiasco recently because Like Chicken shoved untested ChatGPT code into the source port. Interesting. I don't know who any of those people are or anything about whatever you just said, but that sounds like a hell of a situation. ChatGPT has its uses, but AI as a whole is a whole barrel of monkeys, and not the good kind. Yeah. No, again, I don't know. I might get in trouble. I might get clipped for saying this, but like I think that there's like some potential use for it in terms of at least like brainstorming and coming up with ideas, but I still don't think it should really replace any kind of creative roles when it comes to projects, especially when it comes to like visuals and artistic direction. Like I think that that should still be done by artists. Needs that human touch, needs that human flair, you know? GZ Doom is a source port for Doom. Okay, I gotcha. Gotcha. You're good, Al. We're not gonna cancel you. The users this far into the stream are usually fans anyway. I mean, yeah, that's fair. Well, Al, I'm gonna head off. It's been an honor being your goal watcher. Farewell for now. Thanks, Porkster. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate having you. Good to see you. Makes me very happy that Illumination, the makers of Mario movie, are very against AI. Yeah, that's definitely a good sign. It's a real shame to see how much a lot of these big corporations are like fully incorporating and embracing AI and just like saying fuck it to creative jobs. It's sad. It's sad and it's disappointing. It really is. But, you know, what can you do, honestly? It's the thing is, when it comes to AI, it's only going to get so much worse before there is any chance of it getting better. I mean, like, I know that's a bleak way to look at it, but it's true. This stuff isn't going anywhere. It's only going to continue to advance, and these companies are going to find new creative ways to fuck over people with it, you know? And it sucks, because I think it's a tool that could be used for good, but the problem is that there's too many ways it can go wrong, and those are the ways that it's being used right now. It's replacing jobs, literally. So, yeah. That's some buns. That is definitely some buns. I feel for anybody trying to break into any kind of creative space right now, because it is all being overrun with AI. It kind of stinks. Kind of stinks. But, like I said, it's kind of getting to a point where it's like, you almost kind of have to embrace it to an extent. Otherwise, you get left in the dust. You know, it's like anything else. New stuff becomes the mainstream, and it's either you adapt or you don't. Hopefully it doesn't ever get to that point, but I mean, like, some of the stuff that AI creates now is scary. Like, scary realistic. I've seen so many videos lately that, like, you know, I could see it fooling some Facebook boomers out there. But anyway, yeah, AI. That's not really a great way to end a stream talking about Kirby Air Ride. Let's read what did Kid XP says. My friend told me that there was a Kirby Air Rider X Smash leak, but I can't find any. Did he lie? I have no idea. I have not heard anything about this. Snap Sling P-Vine. Spicy topic, but glad to hear you talk about it. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, it's a really complicated topic because, like, again, like, realistically, I think there can be benefits to using it as, like, an assistant. Not necessarily running the whole show. Not handling the whole shebang for major projects and that kind of stuff, but you know, yeah, that's a conversation that's hard to have online. And I'm honestly not even knowledgeable about it and all of that kind of stuff to have that conversation, so I just create, and whatever I create comes out of my brain, and that's the way it is, so I'm just worried about me right now. Doesn't matter, Uncle Ben, the Carters 2 is better than both. I really want to try that one out. That was one that kind of passed me by earlier this year, but I would like to give that one a shot eventually. Random, as much as I really liked Crossworlds, one of the few Sonic fans who thinks Air Riders is going to be better because the idea of Air Riders feels fresher to you. It's tricky for me because, like, the racing element of Kirby Air Ride was never my favorite part about it. It was always the city trial. So, like, it feels trickier in my mind to compare Air Ride to something like Crossworlds because they satisfied two different things for me, I guess, you know? But yeah, I think I'm going to really enjoy them both for different reasons. Crossworlds, I'm loving just as a pure arcadey kind of racer, and then Air Riders. Would it be fair to say that City Trial is a roguelike? Maybe that's why I'm so into it. I didn't even realize. I'm gonna be obsessed with City Trial when that game comes out. I have a feeling. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's very fun, but that might be because I'm a sucker for CTR. I really, really liked CTR as well. That's what was so appealing to me about the Carters too. I definitely want to give it a shot just for that reason. It's like, finally, a new Crash Team Racing that's not Crash Team Racing, but it also kind of is. Ever tried the Star Garden demo? I did. I think it's... I like what they're trying to do with it. I feel like it needs some polishing up. I found it really difficult to control my vehicle, and like as my stats went up, it was like the only event to happen at the end in the demo was like a battle arena kind of thing against your opponents, and it was really hard to just even try to connect with them at all, to steer in their direction and attack them. So, but who knows? I think it holds a lot of promise. The basis, the whole premise of the game is very interesting to me. You know, a Kirby Air Ride meets Chow Garden, basically. Like, that sounds amazing. And it is a demo, so there's obviously lots of room for improvement before the full game comes out, so. But I love the kind of style and vibe of the whole thing, too. Very, like, I got very sort of, like, Dreamcast vibes out of it, so. And like I said, I love what they're trying to do there. Anyway, fellas, ladies, fellas, gentlemen, and lady fellas, it is a little after 9. It's about 12 hours until the Kirby Air Ride movie tomorrow. Oh. I think I'm gonna start winding down for the night. I have another game I actually want to check out before I hit the hay tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be here tomorrow for the Direct if I can help it. You guys are here tomorrow morning, then I will see you there. If you're not here, then, well, hopefully it won't be too long before I get out here and start streaming again. If I'm not here, then same thing. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun. It was fun getting out here, lifting my spirits a bit, so. All right, fellas. We'll be back at it again tomorrow morning. I'll catch you all then. Oh, hang on. There's one more message. I'll read it out. Last minute predictions. Elfilin, I think. And the Dragoon and Air Riders. Anyways, bye-bye. We'll end it with that. There's our prediction for tomorrow. Okay. Wait, do I have the... Okay, yeah, I do. All right. Catch you later, fellas. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out.